We are fast approaching that moment prophesied by Joseph Smith when he said, "Even this nation will be on the very verge of crumbling to pieces and tumbling to the ground. And when the Constitution is upon the brink of ruin, this people will be the staff upon which the nation shall lean, and they shall bear the Constitution away from the very verge of destruction."
Former U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly denied the 2020 election results. In a latest post on his social network Truth Social, he has gone even farther. Now hear this. He is calling for the Constitution to be terminated over the issue.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is speaking out on former President Trump's call to actually terminate, his word, terminate the United States Constitution to overturn the 2020 presidential election and to reinstate him to power.
The former president, Donald Trump, and a current candidate to return as leader of the free world, so this is very newsworthy and noteworthy this morning, is calling to terminate the Constitution. Seriously.
Washington was offered a kingship, which he adamantly refused. Nephi had prophesied hundreds of years before that this land shall be a land of liberty unto the Gentiles, and there shall be no kings upon the land.
I see divine inspiration in the vital purpose of the entire Constitution. We are to be governed by law and not by individuals. And our loyalty is to the Constitution and its principles and processes, not to any office holder. In this way, all persons are to be equal before the law. These principles block the autocratic ambitions that have corrupted democracy in some countries. They also mean that none of the three branches of government should be dominant over the others or prevent the others from performing their proper constitutional functions to check one another.
I love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
There are other duties that are part of upholding the inspired Constitution. We should learn and advocate the inspired principles of the Constitution. We should seek out and support wise and good persons who will support those principles in their public actions.
But again, we have just learned now that they have found former President Donald Trump liable for battery in the sexual abuse case against Carol.
Former President Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. He is the first ever former U.S. president to be convicted of a crime. This afternoon, a jury in New York City determined he conducted business fraud in a scheme to illegally influence the 2016 election through a hush money payment to an adult film star.
There are many political issues, and no party, platform, or individual candidate can satisfy all personal preferences. Each citizen must therefore decide which issues are most important to him or her at any particular time. Then members should seek inspiration on how to exercise their influence according to their individual priorities. This process will not be easy. It may require changing party support or candidate choices, even from election to election. Such independent actions will sometimes require voters to support candidates or political parties or platforms whose other positions they cannot approve. That is one reason we encourage our members to refrain from judging one another in political matters. We should never assert that a faithful Latter-day Saint cannot belong to a particular party or vote for a particular candidate. We teach correct principles and leave our members to choose how to prioritize and apply those principles on the issues presented from time to time. We also insist, and we ask our local leaders to insist, that political choices and affiliations not be the subject of teachings or advocacy in any of our church meetings.
I have faith that the Constitution will be saved as prophesied by Joseph Smith, but it will not be saved in Washington. it would be saved by enlightened members of this church.